The European Union's AI Act carries staggering fines for specific violations. If a system engages in prohibited practices, like social scoring or subliminal manipulation, the cost can reach up to 7% of a corporation's global turnover. Most developers try to manage this risk with a system prompt. They write a set of instructions asking the AI to stay within legal bounds, essentially relying on the model to follow its own moral compass. But prompt-level safety is notoriously fragile. Models can be jailbroken or manipulated into ignoring instructions, often by phrasing a prohibited request as a hypothetical scenario. To achieve true compliance, the software must assume the AI model is a soft layer that will eventually make an illegal choice. Phoenix Daemon addresses this by moving the law out of the prompt and into the code itself. It uses a hard-coded gate called primedirectivegate.py that sits entirely outside the AI's influence. This gate cannot be disabled by a user, it has no administrative override, and it does not use the AI to judge its own actions. If compliance is an engineering requirement, it has to be enforced at the architectural level. It requires a series of interlocking checks that don't depend on the model's judgment. The prime directive gate evaluates every request into 3 unalterable outputs: pass, escalate, or block. Prohibited requests are immediately terminated. For gray areas, the system triggers an escalate state, placing the decision in a human's hands. This logic starts at gate 1, the AIA_guard. This is the 8th stage of the pipeline, where incoming text is scanned and judged before the AI model even wakes up. Because this happens at the start of the turn, a violation kills the request instantly, preventing the model from generating a response. However, the system includes a specific exemption. Regulatory and compliance personas have a VIP pass that lets them bypass this text lane gate to research and discuss the legislation. This exemption is necessary for legal teams, but it creates a vulnerability if those personas attempt to execute a prohibited command. When the system moves from discussion to action, it triggers a second, deeper set of defenses. Gate 2 is the policy pre-pass, scanning the command's structural blueprint for Article 5 violations. If found, Gate 3, the escalate floor, kicks in, mandating human approval. Downgrading this requirement is structurally forbidden. Even with those layers, there is a risk of a backdoor. A command could theoretically bypass the pipeline and hit the execution tools directly. This leads to Gate 4, the action gateway. The system places the prime directive gate on the final tool dispatch switch, blocking even exempt personas at the very point of execution. These controls also extend to the Act's transparency requirements. Article 50 demands that humans are notified whenever they interact with an AI in real time. A dedicated script called AI-disclosure.py is hard-coded into the communication path. It permanently forces the system to identify itself as an AI before a phone call or meeting bot can proceed. By separating these checks into independent codebases, the system ensures a command must pass through multiple unrelated choke points before reaching the outside world. Viewed as a whole, these 4 gates function as an interlocking series of checkpoints. The text of the EU AI Act suggests that the legislation is less about the behavior of the neural network and more about the accountability of the humans who deploy it. The law prevents corporations from hiding behind an algorithm. It demands that a person is ultimately responsible for the system's impact. Phoenix Daemon achieves this by redirecting every ambiguous situation out of the digital processor and onto a human being's desk. Building a flawless digital brain is currently impossible, but building a structural cage around it is an engineering task we can actually complete.